What if Georgia is not just recruiting Adryan Cole, but defending its own border from a 7-team invasion? That is the uncomfortable truth hiding inside this recruitment. Adryan Cole is not some distant prospect from a neutral battlefield. He is a 4-star safety from Douglas County High School right there in Douglasville, Georgia. He plays in the Bulldog's backyard. He fits the defensive profile Kirby Smart hunts for, and he is exactly the type of in-state defensive back Georgia cannot allow to become a weapon somewhere else. But this is not a quiet race anymore. According to Hottie Toddy, Cole is set to announce his commitment on July 18th, choosing from Ole Miss, Georgia, Auburn, LSU, Florida, Ohio State, and Miami. 7 programs, 7 pitches, 7 different ways to convince one Georgia-born safety that his future should be built outside Athens. And that is why this story feels dangerous. Because Georgia may be leading, Georgia may have the geography, Georgia may have the defensive standard, but when Ohio State, LSU, Florida, Auburn, Miami, and Ole Miss are still alive, nothing is safe until the commitment is public. So here's the reward if you stay with this video. We are going to break down why Adryan Cole matters, why Georgia appears to be in front, and why this recruitment could still turn into a nightmare if Kirby Smart lets one of his own leave the state. But if Georgia really controls this race, why does it still feel like one wrong move could change everything?
Adryan Cole looks like the kind of player Georgia builds defenses around before the rest of the country fully understands what is happening. He is listed as a safety, but that word almost feels too small. In Georgia's defensive language, a player like Cole is not just a deep defender, he is a piece of the disguise, a chess move, a warning sign before the snap. A defender who can rotate late, crash downhill, cover space, and make quarterbacks second-guess what they thought they saw. That matters, because Kirby Smart's defense is not built for simple athletes. It is built for processors, for players who can survive chaos, for defensive backs who understand that one hesitation, one bad angle, one slow read can turn a Saturday night in the SEC into a public execution. And Cole's value begins there. He is close enough to Athens for Georgia to treat this like an in-state responsibility, not just a recruiting opportunity. When elite defensive talent emerges in Georgia, Kirby Smart is expected to know early, recruit hard, and finish violently. That is the standard. That is the price of being the program that turned defense into an identity. But this recruitment is not Georgia versus one challenger. It is Georgia versus every sales pitch built to weaken the Dawgs' grip. Ole Miss can sell relationships and a faster path. LSU can sell defensive back tradition. Florida can sell opportunity and a rebuild that needs playmakers. Auburn can sell proximity and SEC urgency. Miami can sell flash, lifestyle, and national brand energy. Ohio State can sell playoff expectations and a national machine far outside the emotional pressure of staying home. And Ohio State is not some random name here. Sports Illustrated's college football recruiting coverage reported earlier in the process that Georgia and Ohio State had both been viewed as major forces in Cole's recruitment, with momentum at times feeling like it could swing between the two. That is why Bulldog fans should not dismiss the Buckeyes or anyone else in this 7-team field. Georgia may have the clearest path, but the cleanest path is not always the safest one. And before we go deeper, hit that subscribe button and leave a like if you want more dark, detailed Georgia recruiting breakdowns like this. These battles are where the future of Bulldog football is built, and your support helps this channel keep producing more Georgia content before the national media catches up. But here's the question. If Cole is this perfect of a Georgia fit, why are 6 other programs still standing close enough to make this uncomfortable?
Now let's remove the emotion and go straight into the evidence.
For measurements and recruiting profile, we are using 247 Sports as the standard source because different recruiting services list slightly different numbers. According to 247 Sports, Adryan Cole is a 6'2", 190-pound safety in the class of 2027. His 247 Sports composite rating is 0.9329, placing him as the number 166 overall prospect in the nation, the number 13 safety, and the number 15 player in Georgia. That is not just a good prospect, that is a national defensive target sitting inside Georgia's borders. According to 247 Sports, Cole also holds 45 offers and has taken listed visits involving LSU, Florida, Georgia, and Ole Miss. His crystal ball currently shows Georgia at 100%, though that comes from only one prediction, which means Bulldog fans should read it as a strong signal, not a final verdict. Now look at the production. According to Max Preps, Cole's Douglas County profile for the 2025 season lists 11 games played, 69 total tackles, 46 solo tackles, 6.3 tackles per game, 1 sack, 1 interception, 4 pass deflections, and 1 fumble recovery. That stat line tells you something important. Cole is not a safety living off reputation. He is involved. He is tackling. He is touching multiple areas of the field. He is showing enough range and contact ability to project into the kind of flexible defensive role Georgia demands. And the recruiting momentum lines up with the numbers. According to On3 Rivals, Georgia's prediction percentage sits dramatically ahead of the rest of the field, with the Bulldogs far above Florida, Auburn, Ole Miss, and LSU in the listed team predictions. That does not mean the race is over, but it does mean the industry sees Georgia as the clear team to beat. Just as important, based on the public reporting reviewed for this video, there are no credible reports of serious off-field issues or arrests involving Adryan Cole. Some search results involving the name Cole and Georgia arrests referred to Chris Cole, a Georgia linebacker, not Adryan Cole. That distinction matters because the player we are discussing here does not carry that public red flag cloud. So, Georgia has the profile, Georgia has the prediction momentum, Georgia has the home state advantage, Georgia has the defensive development pitch. But that is exactly what makes this recruitment dangerous. Because when a player looks this obvious for Georgia, rivals do not recruit him normally. They recruit him emotionally. They attack the depth chart. They attack the pressure. They attack the idea that staying home is the safe choice. So if every number points toward Athens, is this really a Georgia lock, or is it the kind of recruitment where confidence becomes the first mistake?
This is why Adryan Cole matters more than one commitment graphic. Georgia is not simply trying to add another 4-star safety. Georgia is trying to protect the meaning of its defensive brand. Kirby Smart built the Bulldogs into a monster by stacking violent, intelligent, versatile defenders and forcing the rest of college football to play at Georgia's physical standard. A safety like Cole fits that machine. He gives Georgia a player who can grow into multiple roles. He can become a deep half defender. He can play down near the box. He can match up in space. He can help disguise pressures. He can bring that controlled aggression Georgia wants from the back end of its defense. But the bigger issue is symbolic. If Georgia lands him, the message is simple. The Dogs still control the defensive talent inside their state. The machine still identifies its guys early. The standard still wins. The road from Douglasville to Athens still feels natural for a defender who wants to be developed under Kirby Smart. But if Georgia loses him, then every rival gets a story to sell. Ole Miss could say it went into Georgia and stole a priority defensive back. LSU could say DB tradition still travels. Florida could say its rebuild has real pull. Auburn could say proximity still matters. Miami could say it can pull Southern athletes into its orbit. Ohio State could say even Georgia's backyard is not protected from a national powerhouse. That is why this recruitment has a darker edge, because the closer July 18th gets, the less this feels like a normal decision, and the more it feels like a referendum. Does Cole believe Georgia is the place where elite defensive backs are sharpened into SEC weapons? Or does he believe another program can offer him something Georgia cannot? Kirby Smart's best pitch is not comfort, it is competition. It is the promise that nothing will be given, everything will be earned, and if Cole survives that room, he will come out different. That is the Georgia offer at its core. Not easy playing time, not soft promises, not a shortcut, a furnace. And for the right kind of defensive player, that is exactly the point. So now the question for Bulldog Nation is brutal. Is Adryan Cole the next great Georgia safety waiting to come home? Or is he the one in-state target Kirby Smart cannot afford to watch walk away? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you want more Georgia recruiting breakdowns with this kind of detail, hit subscribe and leave a like. Your support helps this channel keep producing more Bulldog Nation content, more recruiting battles, and more stories about the players who could define the next era of Georgia football.